Hey, welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews featuring
Christina.
So this is another beer that I got just for the label. It really attracted my eye. This is called Thunder Lizard Imperial IPA with a cartoon lizard punk rocker or whatever.
Yeah.
It's from Voodoo Brewing. They're out of Pennsylvania, 9.2 ABV. This can is a little old. It's from February, so it's like 6.5 months old. But anyway, poured it into the IPA glass, and this is a sight I haven't seen in a long time. It's like a copper, almost borderline, orange copper. It's got some haze to it, but I don't think like they're going for a hazy IPA.
No.
And it did get quite a bit of foam when I poured it, but we had to split the pour so we both get an even amount. Before we get into it, I just wanted to show the website real quick. So it just says Imperial IPA hop with US Idaho 7 Cryo and Cashmere Cryo and hand selected Citra from 𝗧𝗵𝘂. I'm not sure what 𝗧𝗵𝘂 is. 𝗧𝗵𝘂𝐵 something. I don't know.
Yakima.
So like cryo means like frozen hops. So Darwin can explain why that's what that deal is, but what are you getting on aroma?
Grapefruit.
Yeah, that's probably what I was gonna say. Maybe like to me it kind of smells like orange juice concentrate, but it is not super pungent.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
There's something else under there. I don't know if it's like kind of an earthy green smell.
yeah, that could be. I'm not really familiar with these hops. Well, aside from Citra tends to be really tropical and also kind of dank, but
Yeah, maybe it will be dank. It doesn't smell dank, but it's not floral.
yeah, it has like this kind of general fruitiness. I think it has like kind of a malty character as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's I mean I wouldn't call it. It doesn't smell toasty. Maybe like a little caramel or something like that. But
Maybe, yeah. It's pleasant.
I mean it's definitely more hoppy than malty. I think it's like slightly oxidized. I mean it is a 6.5-month-old can. Although I will say for 9.2 ABV, like there's no like alcohol's not like burning my nose or anything like that.
Not at all. No, this is very easy to smell.
All right, maybe it's easy to drink. Let's find
Let's
out.
hope.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wow, the bitterness on this is high.
Yeah, you know what this reminds me of? It's like kind of like Arrogant Bastard or the American Strong Ale, because this is really sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah, it actually kind of tastes like wort, which is like unfermented beer, like when you make the malt in the water and you haven't thrown yeast in it yet. It's like super sweet like that.
Bitter.
Yeah. I was going to say a lot of that could also be from oxidation because the hops do fade over time. And this, like I said, it's 6.5-month-old can.
Yeah.
So like when this is super fresh, those hops might have been popping. Like are you just getting like raw bitterness, or are you getting like actual hop flavor?
Yeah, I'm getting some hop flavor on this. Grapefruit, like I said, it was on the smell. It's on the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some sort of other generic kind of fruitiness.
I get like it's kind of like kind of an abrasiveness on it, like almost it's like pine resin. It's not so much piney.
Oh, pine. Maybe that's what I was
like it's
smelling.
It's like almost like licking a pine tree bark or something,
Mm-hmm. That could be what that is. I was gonna say maybe like grass or something like that.
Yeah, there is like you said on the nose, like a kind of an earthy or spicy kind of thing, but it's kind of buried down in there.
Yeah.
Because like when it hits my tongue, like simultaneously I get like a sweet, rich maltiness. It is like a little caramelly, a little toffee-ish.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm also getting like kind of an intense bitterness. They don't say the IBUs on this, but
I know. I was curious as to what that is because this one seems like it's pretty high.
yeah, it's 9.2, so I don't know. This seems like it's probably at least 70. Could be high as 90 or more. Like I said, it kind of reminds, like Arrogant Bastard is like that. Like that beer, it kind of tastes like this. And especially like off the color, it's I mean it looks red on camera. It's more of an orange. And like that's usually from like crystal malt, which tends to give like a kind of sweet kind of flavor. Yeah, and actually for a beer this, or I should say a can this old, It's actually, I would say it's drinking pretty nicely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I definitely get like a little bit of oxidation, but it's not distracting. I think like the alcohol is kind of working as a preservative.
Yeah, I definitely get that alcohol burn on this one, which, as I should, I guess the ABVs. There's like a flavor that kind of lingers on my tongue after I stop drinking it. It's kind of like a rotten, not a rotten, but just like overripe fruit kind of flavor that lingers. I don't really care much for that, but you're not getting that?
I kind of like the hops linger. I think the alcohol lingers a little. I almost get like, now it's warming up, I'm getting like a little bit of vanilla.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Are you getting that?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a pretty rich beer.
It is.
Yeah. But it's also really bitter, too.
Yeah, what do you think of the mouthfeel?
You know, I'm glad you asked, because I keep forgetting to mention the body.
I got you.
For an IPA, or whatever, it's it's pretty big in body. I'd probably put it medium full. I wouldn't say straight up full.
No, it's not straight up full.
Carbonation, about moderate. I will say it is very smooth. And for 9.2 ABV, like, the alcohol is really smooth as well. Like, it's not burning or, like, it's barely even warming.
Yeah, this
like,
is
easy. I definitely could have drank this whole can, no problem, you know?
Yeah, you could have. Easy to drink.
Yeah, I'm just sucking this right down.
Yeah, easy to drink.
Yeah, I will say the hops do linger here. Yeah, it's kind of like a almost kind of salty aftertaste or something.
Yeah, I'm getting like fruit maybe, but
yeah. As far as my score for the Thunder Lizard, I'm thinking 7.5, maybe 8.
Yeah, I'll do 7.5. It's kind of on par with like a Wicked Weed kind of beer.
I like the Pernicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. It's drinkable.
I will say, like, at least it's a little different than your usual stovepipe IPAs, you know? And
I think
it's
it's
not
because of the bitterness, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, if you like Arrogant Bastard or IPAs from, like, the George W. Bush administration years, you would probably like this one. You know, I'm talking about IPAs from way back then. Ever since then, they've kind of gotten lighter and less abrasive, less bitter, but...
Yeah, I hated them when I started drinking them initially, like 10 years ago.
I know, like, this is...
Now they're fruitier and a little... But yeah, this reminds me of that.
This is kind of an old school IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad. And I think if it was fresh, I'd probably enjoy it a lot more. And, like, I would say, like, this is a solid 8, maybe higher, so...
Yeah, or on draft. I'm sure it would be great.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going super long. Wow, almost 10 minutes.
That's long for us these days.
I know. Well, I'm going to cut this down.
Okay.
All right, well, thanks to Chris for helping me drink this.
Of course.
And we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.